supposed to know, but you don't. You're supposed to know, but you don't. Because it just keeps getting goofier and goofier as we go. Does it not? One of the most difficult seasons I can remember on making picks. Right? It's right when you think you know. Usually, week 6, we kind of got everybody figured out. We know who you are. Not this year. Not this year. At least not for me and some of my fellow football enthusiasts that I follow. Not this year. I'm keeping track. Not this year. Week 14. It's now or never for so many of these teams. It's now or never for so many of these teams. The standings. Here we go. AFC standings. The East. Now we see. Here's the New England Patriots again. They're saying, hey, sorry. This was our division for the last 20 years. We just make better decisions. Like they did with getting a young quarterback for the first time. In how many years? New England takes over that impressive game. If you guys watch that game, I say it on my show all the time. What do I say on my show? How do you win championships? I say it all the time. You can win games with this great dynamic offense. Don't get me wrong, you can. But then you can lose the game in the last minute. Regular season, you can win games. You want to win a championship? Defense wins championships. Okay? What else does that? There's a combination, and I talk about it all the time. It's old school football. Defense and a run game will win you championships. And I've never seen a team go so old school, and not in the last 20 years, have I watched a team. What was there for Mac Jones? I think 3 passes? Talk about a cocky. Now, guys, don't get me wrong when I say that. I'm using the term in a different way. I'm not calling anybody Richard. I'm not doing anything like that. All right? I got to watch this because people's minds go in weird spots. I start saying cocky. Next thing you know, they got their whole idea of something else is going on. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. But anyway, getting back to my point, okay? Somebody please throw me the football. Thank you. Back to my point. What I'm saying is, please, thank you, please, and thank you. I have not witnessed, Bill Belichick came out there with McDaniels as the offensive coordinator, but I can't help but think when you get in a game plan that you just go, you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to run the ball down their throat. Is it because they don't have a quarterback that can make accurate passes and win the game through the air? No. What they showed right there is they've got an incredible offensive line when they're on the move, making power blocks, blowing seams open. It was impressive, like I haven't seen. If you haven't put the New England Patriots on notice, NFL and the other 31 teams, do it now. That was impressive. And what a way to go into a bye week on that note. Misador, welcome to the show. Good to see you, buddy. He says, hey, man, I'd love to hang out. I'd love to have you at my show sometime. I'd love to be on your show. Absolutely. Donald J. What's up, Donald J? Me, Sador. I'd love to be on your show. I see I got Frank Willman's in the room. Was in the room. So, guys, look, I'm putting the link up from right here. Right there. If you guys want to be in the show, right now with me live in the show, there you go, right there. I absolutely will, Misador. I will. Why don't you just right now tell everybody the name of your show, Misador? Why don't you do this? Look it right there at the bottom of the screen. The bottom of the screen. Hit that link. Come in the room right now, Misador. And I want to go live with you, and you can introduce yourself and introduce everybody to your show. Let's do that. Let's do that. Will, man, I see, but I don't see an image there, buddy. I see you're in the waiting room, but I don't see an image. Misador right there in the comments, his show, The Crew, on NSPN, Champa Bay TV. I like it, Misador. I would be more than happy, not a little bit, more than happy to be on your show. I'm all about sports and sports shows and sharing, spreading the love. I'm all about that, 100% all about that. Misador, I'm going to add you to the stream right now.
Hey, what's going on, sir?
What is up?
Hey, man. Bucks got a tough game today. I don't know how to feel about that. I know you like to lean the Bucks a little bit here and there, but I don't know. It's kind of sketchy to me with having Jordan Whitehead out. It's gonna force them to play more of a cover 2-man, 2-deep zone. I think to keep the coverage underneath and make them beat them with their legs. They have some sound tackling they got to do today. Avoid some penalties.
I agree. You know, I'll tell you what I do like though. Okay, man, Lenny, you get this guy going. He's like a diesel. You got to warm that diesel up. You got to get it going, because there's glow plugs in there. So you got to warm this bad boy up. And when you do, Lenny just gets going. And it's not only that, Misador. I'll tell you what I like about it. His hands. He's got hands.
You know what? He's always had hands. He just had a rough year last year. He's been staying after practice, working with Brady almost every day to get his hands better. But
he put the work in. So now, when it comes down to Buffalo, okay, Buffalo's got a good defense. I got to tell you this. I really believe this. The weapons that the Bucs have, and then obviously the veteran leadership of Tom Brady and just all those years of seeing defense, seeing it, okay? I'm confident you're really not going to stop Tampa Bay. You're not going to really stop them. But the problem is, and it's just like you're saying there, is when it gets into defense, and we all know about that secondary where we're vulnerable in the secondary. But I'm really comfortable knowing that Josh Allen's not going to be running around thinking he's coming up the middle against our boys. You're not going to be just taking out of that pocket on our boys because you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt.
That's the Vita Vea advantage right there.
Big time.
But
so with that being said, I just believe that the dimension of the game is going to put it on our secondary. Josh Allen's got to beat us through the air, and that's what it's going to be. So we could have a shootout today. What do you think?
I really do. I predicted on my show earlier today on NSPN, the NFC Roundtable, the Bucs will win by 6, looking at like 38-32. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. If the Bucs can limit big plays out of Buffalo, it might start swaying to a bigger score lead for the Buccaneers. However, if the Bills can get those deep downfield penalties that the Bucs are so known to throw, I mean, you got Sean Murphy Bunting back, who's always really tight on his coverage, gets flagged a lot, and you got Carlton Davis, who's honestly one of the best cover corners in the league right now, but he plays so physical, he gets a lot of penalties to where you're getting the ball down the field. If you can eliminate those big play penalties, I'm okay with giving up a penalty if you're beat for a touchdown.
Right.
But if it's 3rd and 12 and you're giving up a pass interference on a ball that's not catchable, that's just stupid football.
I know. And you know, it frustrates the hell out of me when I see it. You know, you got to turn your head around. You're a defensive back. You got to turn your head around. And that's where I feel like the defense has to be better is you got to be able to read your player. If you're a step back on them and you're trying to play catch up, you still got to be able to read this player and know when that ball's coming and just the quick turn of the head. Contact there. You've taken a chance of getting pass interference and you've minimized it by 70% if you can turn your head.
100%. And usually they get the penalty because they're in position to make the play. They're just not. I don't want to say they're not smart enough. They're obviously smart enough. They're obviously good enough athletes. They're playing pro ball, but they're just not thinking quick enough in that moment. You know, it's a snap decision, and they're just not making it. Hopefully we've matured, you know, over the year. This is the first game since the week 1, quarter 1 that we've had Jamal Dean, Sean Murphy Bunting, Carlton Davis, and Antoine Winfield Jr. all on the field at the same time.
You're right. And I'll tell you, you know, Masador, I was thinking about this earlier, and I thought it a few weeks back, but now as we're edging further along through the season here, I swear the Bucs are going to peak at exactly the right time.
Yeah, I'm thinking the injuries might have been a blessing in disguise.
I couldn't agree more.
You got fresh legs in that secondary.
I could not agree more. And I mean, I just really think offense and defense going in as we come into the playoffs and the last 2 weeks before the playoffs, I think we're going to be running like a well-oiled machine, the most feared team entering the playoffs.
I agree.
Aside from them damn Patriots that scared the crap out of me when I seen what the hell they did last week.
The Patriots are the Patriots. I mean, you get them playing football that's not the Patriot way. You get them having to press. You get them having to play catch up. They're a different team. When they can relax and play fundamental football, they're going to beat you every time because they're that sound of a team. They're that well coached.
But that was down and dirty, flat out. We're pounding the ball down your throat every single time, and we're only going to, by the way, we're only going to pass it 3 times in the whole game.
Right. That's a Merle Campbell football right there.
There, big time, right there. Right. That's as old school as you get.
You ain't lying.
That just was, to me, probably the most impressive display of old school. I'm going to run your ass over. And I'm not stopping unless you can stop us. And that's discipline, man, from a coach. And that's right there where you're exactly what you talk about. I can say, okay, that was McDaniels. I believe that was the call right there from Belichick that said, don't stop running the ball until they can stop us.
I mean, honestly, you could have called that game.
I mean, seriously, could have.
It's like playing with the Titans. Why would you ever throw the ball if you had Derrick Henry healthy? It's the same mindset.
Same mindset.
But,
so
anyway,
you got the high-scoring game with the Bucs today. Bucs coming out on top by 6.
Yes, sir.
I'm agreeing with that a lot. I think that the Bucs scoring 30 points today. I mean, I think they could get into the 40s. If it becomes a shootout, that we could see this game get into the 40s.
If this game becomes a shootout, it plays right into the Bucs' favor.
It does.
So, but
right.
Anyway,
right,
man, I appreciate you.
Appreciate
you having me on.
Let me know. Send me a message, man. I'd love to come on your show, man.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, it's every Sunday. We go on right before you. We go on 9 Central, so that's what, 10 your time?
Give the shout out, man. Go ahead.
All right, brother. NFC Roundtable, NSPN on Facebook, 9 a.m. Central Time. I believe that's 10 Eastern. Yeah, come and join us. We always
Awesome.
welcome the comments. We cover all NFC, so appreciate you having
Awesome.
me on.
You guys cover all the NFC?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
You get 5 different perspectives. We have 5 in. It's like bar talk. You know, you're sitting at the bar with a bunch of friends.
Love it, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Peace.
God bless.
Later. Frank, I see, Frank, that you came into the room, but Frank, your screen is blank. Well, I'd love to have you come on right now. Okay. But anyway, it's good to see you in the room. Will Mann says CD3 is one of the best shutdown corners in the league. You know what, Frank? It keeps trying to come on, and then it's not there. And I want you on here. Like right now. Want you on here. So, anyway, guys, we just had Misador on there, and that sounds like a damn good show. And I can guarantee you, not only will I be joining, I will be tuning in, and I've caught it before. This is the time of year for me where I can really start spending a little bit more time in venturing out and checking out some of these other shows, because me, like you guys, I'm a sports fanatic. More is better. Much better. Okay. Moving along here, guys. Let me move along. I was going to cruise through the division right now with both of the conference. I just want to go right through the AFC right now. We'll talk right now. All right, Will, man, I see you. We'll talk right now. Let's just go through the AFC right now. The East, you've got the Patriots, first place in there, Buffalo. I'm telling you, we had a game to where Buffalo could have taken first place. Instead, they didn't. New England is sitting at the top of that division at 9-4. Second place is 7-5. The Buffalo Bills. The AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens sitting at 8-4. Cincinnati right behind them at 7-5. I'm just looking at this right now. Guys, before I go any further, let me mention real quick on the bye week. Colts, Dolphins, Patriots, and Eagles. Because I had somebody ask me about that. So there's your bye week. AFC South. You got the Tennessee Titans at 8-4. Following them, you got the Indianapolis Colts at 7-6. The rest of the division, guys, I say this to you, don't take it the wrong way. The rest of the division, flat out, suck squirrel nuts. You know it and I know it. They suck squirrel nuts. Yeah, that rest of that AFC South, they flat out suck squirrel nuts, guys. Flat out suck squirrel nuts. What can I say? Sorry for them, basically. Sorry for them. Moving along here, the AFC West, Kansas City, 8-4. Right behind them is the Chargers at 7-5. Followed up in that division. It's actually kind of tight, considering everything. 6-6 for the Raiders, and the Broncos at 6-6. Let's move into the NFC. NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys sitting at 8-4, leading the division. Right behind them at 6-6 is the Washington Football Team. Should be a damn good game today, guys. That's one of the games right there. When I think about that game, I think, wow. I actually left. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. How did I do that? I don't know how I missed that one. But that game today, guys, there's some hype. There's some hype in that game today because of some smack talking going on. Should be a good one. Should be a damn good one. Let's see here. Remember that division with the NFC East. You've got Dallas sitting at 8-4 right now. This is a pretty big deal with this game today. Dallas, Washington, it's a big deal. Why? Well, because the division's tighter than it may seem, okay? Tighter than it may seem, and Philly's sitting there at 6-7. Now, the Eagles got a bye week today, and then, of course, the Giants way back. But If Washington can win this today, we're making that division so much more interesting. NFC North, the Green Bay Packers leading that division, 9-3. Behind them is Minnesota at 6-7. The NFC South, what's up? Watch for the traditional cowboy spiral. You know what? I am, Misador, looking for that cowboy spiral. But I'll tell you what, you got to watch out if you're Dallas and you're going to sit there and talk some smack now about this Washington football team. Washington's not who we thought they were at the beginning of this season. But remember who they were at the end of last season until they ran into the Buccaneers in the playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, playoffs. Remember that. Let's not forget here. And I'm with you on that. And as a matter of fact, Misador, I do got Washington today taking that game. The NFC South Division, I'm just finishing up where everybody stands right now, guys. The NFC South Division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead that division at 9-3. Behind them is the Carolina Panthers at 5-7. Same true with the 5-7 record for the Falcons and the Saints. The NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals at 10-2, the best record in the NFL right now. Behind them is the Rams at 8-4, the Niners 6-6, and those lame-ass Seahawks sitting at 4-8. There you go, guys. Wrapping that up. All right. Got some good games going on today. For one reason or another, let me put it on here right now. I didn't have my Dallas game in my notes. I don't know why. I just didn't. I do that. They call it dropping the ball. And I dropped it. Almost spiked it. All right, guys, so remember this. I want to make sure you guys are all with me here. Boom. Got to look at something. Willman, get your ass on here. I want to talk to you. So get your ass on here. All right, guys. Cowboys at Washington. Talking about that right now. I got Washington on this game. There's several reasons why I have Washington. Now, on paper, this game's close. It's close on paper. You start looking at it on paper and you're thinking, wow, this is pretty close. The thing is that both the Dallas Cowboys and Washington football team really are not so hot with their pass defense. And you know Dak Prescott's, they're going to have the guy throw the ball 50 times, okay? You know they're going to. But I'll tell you what, watch out for Washington. When we talk about Washington, Misador saying NFC South is the worst division in the league. I'm with you on that. Worst division in the league. But guys, when we start looking at this with the defense, okay, pass defense, Washington and Dallas both, their pass defense is lousy. I mean, it is. In fact, Dallas ranks 26. Washington ranks, 28th. But watch out what you're reading on paper, okay? Because Washington is not the same football team that we saw through the first half of the season here. They're just not. They're become... Heineke will exploit the Cowboys' pass coverage discipline. You know what? And that's exactly what I think. I think there was a blessing in disguise for Washington. I really think, and I'm sure everybody agrees with me in Washington, is that you found your quarterback. I think you found your quarterback. You found a quarterback that you can win with. He's got passion, excitement, charisma. He's got an arm. He's willing to put his neck out there. Yeah, he's there to win. And I think people the team are behind them. And it's what you want. You want a person that has a passion for the game and a will to do whatever it takes to win the game. And when you have that, you got the rest of your offensive line, your receivers, your backs, all with you in that huddle as one. And that's when you get a good team right there. That's when you get a good team right there. But I'll tell you, I don't know what to think of Dallas sometimes, especially when we start talking chemistry and stuff like that. I don't buy into it. Misador said it earlier. We're about ready to watch them unravel. And I believe that. We're going to watch them unravel, but I just don't think Dallas is going to be able to stop the passing offense today of the Washington Reds. I almost freaking said it. Did you guys just now completely... And it's been how long, and I grew up with this, watching this team, I said. The Washington football team. Guys, not the same team that you seen in the beginning of the season. Not the same team. We know Dallas is going to throw the ball how many times? 50 times? We know that. We know that's going to happen. But I don't think Dallas can do that. Zeke, to me, he's not the guy that he was. In fact, I bet they wish they would have waited one more year for that big contract. Looks like they got somebody there to take his place right now, don't they? Don't they? With all this being said right now, guys, and you let me know with a thumbs up if you agree with me, okay? If you don't agree with me, give me the angry face. I got Washington at home winning this game today over the Dallas Cowboys. With that being said, you know what that means, right? Makes that division all that much more interesting. The Jaguars travel to the Titans. Anybody that's got the Titans losing this game here today? Does anybody? Does anybody got that? I got the Titans. What am I looking at here? I got the Titans winning this game. Jags at the Titans. Not interested. Seahawks travel to the Texans. Another game that just does not interest me. Donald J., you got Washington by 6. I like that. I see you. Misador. I see the one. Cowboy and Indian Week. I get you. Pollard is proving he is the number one back in Dallas. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with Zeke in Dallas? What are they going to do with him? There's a lot of money sitting there. What are they going to do with him? Interesting thing. Mike, how's it going? Good to see you, Mike. Stop. Pollard is out today. Lean on injured Zeke. Cowboys by 10. So, Mike, thank you for that update right there. Pollard out today. And you're going to lean on an injured Zeke today, and you still have the Cowboys by 10? I'd like you to help us out a little bit more on that one, Mike. How? How are you going to have Dallas by 10 today? You think Dallas secondary is going to be able to step up and stop this enthusiastic passing game that we've seen lately here? Remember, guys, Washington is not the same team from the beginning of the season. Their defense is becoming more of the team that we saw late last year. That's what, late last year. Yes. Mike, you can come right on live show. You can come right on the live show. I'll put it here for you. I thought I was going to put it there for you. Give me 1 second, guys. If you jump up to the top, you will see where I put the link where you can jump on my show live. I'll do it for you again here right now. Guys, listen. This show is your show, okay? When you come on here. There you go. If you look below me, right there, you're going to see, okay, right there. If you look below me, you are going to see, all right? That is the link, all right? And in fact, I'm going to put it up in the comments right now. Boom. There you go. If you hit that link, guys, you're going to be able to come on the show, okay? Right there. Join me right now. I'll put you live. Speak your mind. Appreciate your enthusiasm. All right, guys. Anytime you come on, I'll jump right back to you. The Seahawks are at the Texans today. Both these teams flat out, guys. I don't know if you agree with me or not. Both of these teams, to me, single-handedly suck squirrel nuts. They suck squirrel nuts. And I'm not talking the little nuts you see right there. They suck big squirrel nuts is what they do. Okay? And if you're a fan of either one of these teams, I'm sorry. Don't do it. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart every time I put this. It breaks my heart. I can't even look at it no more. It breaks my heart. It really does, guys. Literally breaks my heart. I can't even look at that no more. I really can't. Anyway, moving along here. I don't care about that game. The Texans are at home. They probably will lose. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'll just go ahead and put it right now. Seattle wins in Houston. What is going to happen with Russell, guys? What's going to happen with Wilson? Because he's not going to be. Donald comes right in. What do you got here? Kerry Clark? When you got Bills, wipe them out with Bucks. You know, I like that, Kerry Clark. I like your lingo, okay? I like the lingo. I really do. He says, when you got Bills, wipe them out with Bucks. I like that. I like the lingo. Everybody give a thumbs up for that one. That was kind of cool. Donald, what's up, bud? Seahawks take the game by 10. I'm with you on that one. Donald. Where is Russell Wilson going to go for next year, guys? And then you also have to remember, what nobody talks about is Deshaun Watson. Where's he going to be next year? Okay? There's some quarterbacks moving around next year, guys. Veteran quarterbacks moving around next year. We'll see what's up with that. Hey, here's a game for you right here. We got the Raiders. Hey, look, Vegas, it's time right now. They call it SHIT. SHIT stands for Ship High in Transit's what it stands for. Right there. Ship High in Transit. SHIT. Ship High in Transit or get off the pot. SHIT or get off the pot. That's the way I look at it right there. SHIT or get off the pot. That's what has to happen for Vegas Raiders. It's it right now, guys. Perfect chance for you to take care of business today. You're going into Kansas City. Now, would any of you consider this to be an upset if the Raiders beat Kansas City today in KC? Would you guys consider that an upset? Wow, I don't know, me, Shador, about that. There is no way. Just remember who we got with Deshaun Watson and where he ranks as far as production of an NFL quarterback. There's no way a team does not pay and take on baggage. We've seen it before. All right? Teams will take on baggage. They will pay. So the guy got a couple happy endings, okay? I mean, you know. And that's all I heard about. I didn't really hear news that there was anybody that was like this dog right here. You know, that had beef between their teeth. I didn't hear any of that. You know? Well, I didn't hear any. I mean, all I heard was that maybe somebody wanted a little extra potassium in their diet or something. And, you know, there was somebody there that just was thinking about maybe, hey, maybe I need. But to fly in to get a little extra potassium and take a flight out of state. Oh, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I'm just saying. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news sports static. No. Deshaun Watson will be in the NFL. A team will take him and the baggage and a couple of the happy endings with it. Okay? Ain't going nowhere. Remember Robert Kraft a little bit ago? What's the difference? Deshaun Watson flew him in. Robert Kraft, he went somewhere where supposedly the girls hate chicken. And they choked the shit out of it. I'm just saying. Plug everybody's ears right now. Plug your ears. Donald says Wilson goes to the Bears. Donald, I think I've heard you say that before. Wilson to the Bears, and I gotta tell you, the problem with that is what are they gonna do with this Fields? They got a rookie. They took a first-round draft pick rookie quarterback. I don't see that in the same way I hear people say San Francisco. I don't see it. Two teams that seem like they drafted a rookie quarterback and they're going to give it a chance. I don't know. Anderson says all veteran quarterbacks go to the Bears. Victor, what's up? Victor says Falcons are going to smash the Panthers today. You know, that's interesting, and I didn't get to that one yet. How many people think and agree with Victor on that one, that the Falcons smash? That's a pretty big word, smash, because really, the Panthers are no pushover, okay? They're no pushover. They're not. I mean, I see that as being a close game, close divisional game, by the way. It's in Carolina, you know, so Carolina's pass defense is ranked number 2 right now, guys. Okay? Their pass defense is ranked number 2 right now. Just putting that out there. Okay? I mean, Atlanta's pass defense is like 16. Now, we don't know who's going to be, what's going to happen as far as the offense and how well the offense for the Panthers work. But I will tell you this right now. If you want to watch a team blow a lead, watch the Atlanta Falcons. Them in Detroit. Watch that. Okay? Watch that. Let me catch up. You guys' comments are so important to me. I don't think Wilson goes anywhere. Him and Carroll stay in Charlotte. Jerry, that's an interesting point, Jerry. Guys, I want you guys to please remember, I love your comments. If any of you want to join me on the show and go live with me right now, okay, you're going to see the link right there below, okay? I'd love to have you guys join me on the show live and speak it out to everybody here. Sure makes it a lot more interesting when I see your mug. Jerry, I really don't. I see a tarnished relationship where we didn't think Wilson was going to be there this year. Remember Wilson sitting up in a suite watching the Super Bowl, okay, with disgust. Then all the drama started. He wants somebody to build a team around him. And then you look at him right now, okay? And then you look at him right now and you're thinking, wow, after that drama, he stays, right? And what does he get when he stays? He gets to be the last team in last place in the NFC West, and his record is 4-8. 4-8. I'm just saying. All right, Jerry? I'm just saying. I'm worried about that. He's having a horrible year. No one will take him. That is absolutely not true. That is absolutely not true, Jerry. Not true. Okay? I get it. Be a great guy your whole life. Okay? I get it. 100%. You're a great guy your whole life. Okay? And you wake up and you end up in a stall with the goats, and now everybody thinks you sleep with goats just from one night, one drunk night, and they streamed it live. Great guy your whole life. I've done a lot for the community. And then one night, what do? You get drunk, you end up in the barn with the billy goat. And then everybody goes around saying, what do you think about it? Well, he's not bad. He's not bad. But in the NFL, when you're an elite quarterback, somewhat, if you're in a top 10 quarterback for several years and you've got some compounding stuff, you've stacked up years, are you kidding me right now that no team would want Russell Wilson? That they wouldn't be able to look and dissect why he's having a bad year? And have that conference with the GM, the offensive coordinator, and a head coach from another team and say, look, or talk to Russell Wilson himself? Nah, come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry. You're better than that, Jerry. Panthers' pass defense is ranked number 2 because teams don't have to pass against them. Jerry. There should be a song right there, shouldn't there? Jerry. I like that. Huh. Jerry. There ain't no team that's played the Panthers and approached them like Bill Belichick did to the Buffalo Bills last week. Okay? It ain't like they got a number 32 ranked rush defense. Fact of the matter is they actually fall like right in the middle. Okay? They're right in the little better than the middle with their rushing defense at 15. So, anyway, I like it though, Jerry. I like it. I'd like it much better if you come on here live. All right, guys. Where was I? Jumping through this stuff. I was talking about the Raiders, okay? So, guys, come on the board here with me. Raiders. Can the Raiders beat the Chiefs today in KC? Can they do it? Can the Raiders beat the Chiefs today? You know, I think they can. Now, here's the real question. Though I think they can, would you guys, and this is very important, give me a 20-second timeout here. Long enough. Would you guys consider it to be an upset of the week if the Raiders go in there? Because I don't. I had someone earlier text me and say that would be a major upset if the Raiders go into KC and win. And I do not consider it to be the upset. I'm sorry. I don't. I think they can get it done. I really do think they can get it done. You guys let me know. on that one. I'm not marking that one yet. We're coming back to it. The 5-7 sorry ass Saints. And Saints, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It seems like every time you guys lose, it's everybody else's fault. Okay? But in my opinion, you guys made a mistake 2 years ago. And especially last season. You guys gave Hill quarterback money. Okay? And I'm sorry. Why? He's not your quarterback. Then you got Jameis Winston where you thought you were going to freaking correct everything with him. And I get it. You get people saying, hey, did you know right before he got hurt, he had like 12 touchdowns and like 3 interceptions? Let me tell you something. Out of those 12 touchdowns, okay, they were jump balls. His receiver saved his ass. I know. I watched it. And I watched that movie before. I watched the sequel of that movie. Hell, I watched the trilogy and some. No. You guys should have been thinking of your future a little bit better. Okay? Because I tell you right now, Jameis was doing the same stuff. Extending every play like he was going to make something miraculous happens. You got a couple options when that happens through Jameis. One option, you're going to throw a crap load of interceptions, which means you got your team's defense with their back against the wall, getting the hell kicked out of them. Option 2, when you're extending those plays, trying to make the highlight reel all the time, you're going to get hurt. So then you go to your backup. Who's Hill? I'm sorry. No. They say Hill is a utility player. Figure out how to utilize him. Okay? Yes, you could utilize him when you had Drew Brees at quarterback. Totally different. But if you bring Hill in the game and you know what's getting ready to happen, just saying. Donald, you're picking the Raiders by 12. I like that, Donald. Donald, I like that. Picking the Raiders by 12. I really do like that. Awesome. And I'm not so sure about by 12 because I think Kansas City can keep you in a game. It's going to be tight and right. I like that. Jerry says the Aints went and got Jameis Winston, who has thrown more touchdowns to other teams than his own. I know. Well, how bad is Trevor Siemian that he stays on the bench and the Saints stick with Hill and a broken finger? I think it's a mistake. As soon as everybody with the Saints, you got Siemian that goes in the game and you keep Hill in the game. Okay? Keep him in the backfield, keep him split out, keep him in the game playing that way. And learn how to utilize your utility player. I think it's a mistake that they don't have Siemian in the game. Work with it. I think it's been bad. Like I said, Saints want to blame on everybody else when they lose. But I'm sorry. These decisions come against GM and coaching. Okay? I had someone say, well, at least our team, the Saints, didn't buy a championship. I'm sorry? You had less money available, okay? Salary money available than I think one team had less than you last year. You spent more money than anybody. Buy? Well, at least we didn't buy. Hello? That's what you do in the NFL. It's called a cap. You got a certain amount of money. How well can you spend it? Hello? Yeah, sometimes people shock the crap out of me. They shock the crap out of me. I'll tell you what. Donald, I too think the Raiders can win this game. In the beginning of the season, when I was picking KC, I was not picking KC to win. I said it. In the beginning of this season, I said it. I said, well, guys, guess what happened? And it historically happens all the times, guys. You will get a quarterback or a prolific, high-powered offense. They will dominate through their schedule. Sometimes that domination can last a couple years. But guess what happens? Historically, defenses always catch up to your ass. Defenses always catch up to your ass. And defenses are faster than they've ever been. Faster on their feet and faster up here. They learn fast. I said it at the Super Bowl, and I said it at the beginning of the 2021 season. The Buccaneers showed everybody how to handle Kansas City. Tell you what I did, guys. Let me tell you what I did. I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to lose 5 times this season. They lost 4 out of 5 of those games. Of course, in the beginning of the season, everybody, you don't know football. You don't know football. Yeah, you don't know how to wipe your butt without getting a piece of ass. No, you watch enough of it, you know. You watch enough of it, you know. Yes, I do. It's been figured out, and since then, yes, Andy Reid is a great coach. Believe that. They've had to figure something out, haven't they? And since then, what's changed to make them better? What's changed? Well, their offense hasn't just gotten dynamically crazy better to all of a sudden make them go on this run. No, their defense. It's been a dramatic improvement on their defense. And because of that, Kansas City is a team you got to watch out for because of that. I'll catch up to these comments. Victor, what's up, Victor? As a Falcons fan, Aints fans are the worst. I'm not sure if they're the worst. Okay? I'm not too sympathetic of teams that cry a lot and blame it on everybody else. I grew up in Detroit. I mean, I didn't blame it on everybody else. Even in that famous play from Megatron, I don't blame it on everybody else. I blame it on the organization. That's who I blame it on. Speaking of shocking, coming from Jerry, speaking of shocking, how about the Cowboys fans who think their team isn't going to fall off like every other year? That is shocking to me. It's shocking. Anderson. But they bought their own benches. Ooh. Ooh. Bought their own benches. Man. From Cleveland, nonetheless. Donald says, I'm not making up excuses, but Kansas City would have had, here we go. That's exactly, I didn't even finish reading it, and I will, Donald. But when you say you're not making excuses, and then but the would have, could have. If Miss Claus had nuts, she would have been Santa Claus. The woulda, coulda, shoulda stuff. Let me finish reading to be fair to you here, Donald. Again, he starts it off like this. I'm not making up excuses. He's not making them up. Meaning they're real excuses. Because he didn't make them up. But, you guys picking up what I'm saying here? Donald says, I'm not making up excuses, but Kansas City would have, I can't even finish this, Donald, would have had their 5th loss if Aaron Rodgers would have been playing in that game instead of the rookie quarterback. It's actually an excuse. Hey, listen. But he didn't play. He did get COVID. He didn't play. A backup quarterback should know how to run the offense. You drafted him first round. He's been there long enough. He should know. Okay? He should. You'll find out next year because Love's going to be your starting quarterback next year. How about that? But I will say this, Donald. Had Aaron Rodgers been playing in the game against Kansas City Chiefs, I would have taken Green Bay to win that game. Yes. Anderson says that the 49er fans do that. They blame everything else except for the team, the organization, and everything else for the loss. Jerry, Bears fans are the worst. Now, Jerry, you're not alone because Will Mann has told me this before. I think he was speaking of Chicago. Bears fans are the worst, always switching from blaming the quarterback and the coach when it starts with the old lady who owns the team and down. Potentially correct. But if you guys know the Who Dat Nation and stuff like that and where it comes, if you really look and follow that, it's every single time they lose. Every single time. Like, they can't actually debate with you out of football IQ, okay? If your team loses on a bad play and they still, like this, a bad play happens, okay, and then they turn over possession because of a bad call maybe, right? The other team doesn't score on them, so the score's the same, and they get the ball back with an opportunity to still win the game. Hello? There's bad calls in every single game. There's holding at every play. There's pass interference on almost every play. You guys see, I'll be the first one to throw it out there like that. All right. Anyway, moving along with that game. Speaking of the Saints are at the Jets. The Jets, guys, what do you think? The Saints at 5-7 are going to Jets. And I did not mark this down yet, guys. Have I showed you guys how I get my old school clipboard out when I pick games? Did I show you guys that? I do my old school clipboard when I pick games. I don't even know if you guys can read this, okay? But I did not pick that game yet. And I hope you guys like how I do it old school like that, because I'll have this clipboard with me the rest of the day. I don't want to miss your comments. Sort of like the Raiders still crying about the tuck rule. Am I right, David? Jerry Christian really needs to go on. Guys, if you want to go on the show, I've showed you guys before. Look at the post right here. Here's the link. Don't be shy. Guys, listen. I, first and foremost, got very thick skin. So if you think I'm a dumbass, if you think I'm an airhead, don't confuse that with thinking that you're going to come on here and offend me. If that's, you know what I mean? I've had people come on the show before where that was strictly their intention. It doesn't work because it's just too easy to actually come on here and go back and forth and have a difference in opinions and just realize that it's because we both love football. You know? So, you thick skin, come on here, enjoy yourself, put me in my place, and have fun with it. Well, you're not going to offend me, guys. There's the link right here. I'll show it to you. Here's a link from YouTube as well. I'm on YouTube right there. You can find me Leap Alive. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, okay? And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see LMO TV. LMO TV. Okay? It's another place you can actually watch the game is at LMO TV. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you're having a problem watching it from the Facebook, okay? If you're having a problem watching it on YouTube, you guys can go to LMOTV.com and watch the game there. And if you guys go there at LMOTV.com, you can see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen below me. It's also a place if you guys got something you want to advertise, your company, your show, you can advertise there, and you'll see what I mean if you go there. There's banners all over the screen for advertisements that are open, okay, and you guys can do that. So check it out. Okay? Jerry says, I got to run, but catch us on Sunday mornings on The Crew. Yes, we will, Jerry, catch you there. But, Jerry, you got to play along, Jerry. You can't just have it your way. You got to play along here on Sports Static. But, yes, Jerry, I will be there. But, Jerry, I mean, you got to play along, okay? You got to play along. I'll promote you here, but you got to play along, Jerry, or I'll come at you hard. Do appreciate your enthusiasm, though. Really do. Always. All right, guys, moving along here. I really want to start cranking through some of these here. So, you know what I am going to do, guys? I'm going to circle it right now. I showed you I had not yet circled it. I don't think it's an upset for the Jets to beat the Saints. The Jets do beat the Saints today. Jets at home. Falcons are at the Panthers. I'm taking the Panthers to do enough at home to win this game today. The Ravens are at the Browns. I did not pick this game. I want help from you guys today. I want help from you. The Ravens. I really don't know. You know, right when I think I do know, I stop knowing. I don't know what to think about the Ravens yet, guys. Because right when I think I know who they are, it's like a little stumble. They're currently ranked like 16th with their passing game. And if you start looking at that passing game, you get a little concerned. You do. Now, we know about their rushing offense. They're ranked in there at number 3 with their rushing. Okay, we know about that. But if you can really, if you're playing the Ravens and you can shut the run down and you can isolate Jackson, okay? Jackson's getting sacked a hell of a lot, guys. He is. More than almost anybody. If you could isolate Jackson, you got a chance with the Ravens. Now, going up against the Browns today, I'll tell you this right now. The Browns have a hell of a rushing game as well, okay? And if they get that game going, that running game going against Baltimore, we're going to see something, guys. We are going to see something. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Browns ain't going to be able to run against the best run defense in football. Hey, listen. When you got the best run defense, that's something. But you know what you do? If you're an offense, speaking of the Browns, and you've got a great run offense going up against the number 1 ranked rushing defense, what do? Well, you run the freaking ball. You got to prove your point to me. You got to prove. I don't care what's on paper. Yeah, I do care what's on paper. I'd read what's on paper. It's a stat, and stats do matter. It's an accumulation of things that have happened during your games. Stats matter. Stats are how players get paid. Stats are how we place bets. Stats matter. Stats will put a football player in the Hall of Fame. They'll get him a huge contract. Stats. We're sports stat tick. Stat tick. It's the static about stats. That's who we are. But from a football standpoint, game plan, we know something. And so many teams make the mistake, okay? And they vacate the run game too early. Too early. The Buccaneers have been guilty of it many times. Too early. Look, run the ball. Force them to stop the run. Maybe, just maybe, teams that gave this rushing defense, the Baltimore Ravens, such good stats is because they didn't stick with a run and they weren't a good running team. That being said, you know what I'm going to do today? Cleveland, Browns. You know what I'm going to do for you guys today, Cleveland? I'm going to give you the win today. Now, guys, I want to tell you something, admit something to you, okay? Straight up with you. My picks today, and my picks, the 2021 season, they've been flat out the worst picks I remember making since I was probably, 12 years old. That was a long time ago. Because I'm way the hell past that now. So you hear me talking here, a bunch of S-H-I-T. I'm just letting you know, flat out, if you've been following me, you might not have been able to put groceries in the house if you've been betting with my picks. I'm telling you that right now. If you've been betting based off of picks I've been making lately, all right, you've been in the doghouse. Your wife probably already kicked you out. And you're probably standing on the side of the 7-Eleven, the 7-Eleven, with this sign right here, if you've been following me. Because my picks has been strictly S-H-I-T. And if you've been making wagers on my picks, and right there, you got no job, you got no money, you got no wife, you got no house, and you need help. So that's me telling you guys right now. You better be careful if you were actually going with my picks. I'll tell you that right now. If you were going with my picks, you better, jeez, my picks have been horrible this year. I'm barely over 500. But I had a week where I had 8 losses in my picks a few weeks back. Horrible. Here's the thing, though. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And speaking of that, Mike says Brian Robinson from the NFC Roundtable has worse picks than you. I mean, it's just been a really strange season where team's identity has not been typically, guys, and you guys that have followed me over the last 4 seasons here know, okay? You know, when I bust out, let me just do it right now. looking deep through my crystal ball. That's right, there I am, right there. I'm looking deep into my crystal ball, and typically, I've washed this crystal ball with vinegar and water, and it's crystal clear. But this year, I think somebody urinated in my vinegar water, and my crystal ball hasn't been so damn clear. And I'll tell you right now, that, my friends, is breaking news for you. The breaking news for you is strictly simple here. My picks have been garbage. Garbage. Not every week. Not every week. But I do know for a fact I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone in those picks. Because the identity of teams this year has been quite confusing. It's like, own it. Show me who you really are. Show me. You are who you think you are. All right, moving along here, guys. I just mentioned I have the Ravens on the road today in Cleveland and losing that game. I got the Browns winning that game today. You may think I'm crazy. You may think I'm crazy. But I'm not the only one. I hope someday you might think I'm crazy, but I'm not the only one, okay? You're freaking crazy. Oh, yeah, child. You know you're crazy. But I'm not the only one. The New York 4-8 Giants travel to the Chargers today to get their ass whipped. Okay? Chargers win that game. Guys, when you agree with my pick, you give a thumbs up. Okay? When you agree with my pick, you give a thumbs up. If you disagree with it, you give the angry face. Okay? So rehash the last 3 picks I made. Panthers win at home. Browns win at home. Chargers win at home. Detroit Lions. An organization that has more money than they know what to do with. They do. The Ford family owns Detroit Lions. Build your damn football team like you built your damn Ford truck. How about that? If you've been born and raised in Detroit and you're a Detroit Lion fan, you have been trained and conditioned on how to lose always in the end of the fourth quarter. You don't get excited and jump up and down and get nacho cheese all over your face when Detroit takes the win in the fourth. What was that crap I watched last week? They have the lead. They got the ball on like their 30-yard line, and they're not going to punt it away? They got so lucky last week. It really makes you, things that make you go, huh. Letting you know right now. So don't get all excited. I know none of my true Detroit fans are very optimistic on, we got to win. And people gave them a lot of crap because they celebrated like they won a conference championship game. And I'm not going to give them crap about that because how many times do these guys, first of all, how long is an NFL career? For 80% of the NFL. And take that into consideration, how many times has this team got to celebrate a win? So I ain't going to give them any crap for celebrating because they get to actually know what it feels like to go back into the locker room and win. Hell no, I'm not going to give them crap over that. That's exciting. It's exciting. Misador's got the Falcons winning today. I got the Panthers winning that game today, me. I got the Panthers winning that game today. Anyway, Detroit, back to Detroit. No, nothing changed. Detroit's going to go into Denver Mile High today, and they're going to lose to the Broncos. Sorry, my family in Detroit, my brothers from other mothers. Sorry. I've been in the Tampa Bay area for 30 years. I'm a Buccaneer fan first. There's a rule when you move somewhere, okay? You got 5 years, and then you support your home team. Nothing drives me more crazy than a football fan who moves to another state, another football team, okay? Then they have kids in their new state, let's say Tampa, for instance, okay? Their kids are born in the new state. We'll use New York for an example. Someone moves here from New York, and they're going to be, or they move here from Boston, okay? They're here for several years. Then they start a family here. They have kids here in Florida, in Tampa Bay, and they raise their kids to be Boston fans and Patriots fans. How dare you rob your kids of having their own home team? How dare you? No, your kids are born and raised. That's their home team. So I have that belief. When you move somewhere, you get a 5-year thing. And then the state, the county, whatever, the state where you pay your taxes, and the city you live in, if they have a team, after 5 years, that's your team. Unless you plan on moving home, then get your ass out of here. Get your ass, come on. That way, you get to still now do what? We progress through life. We moved to this area for a reason. Now you get to enjoy that dynamic of having another home team in where you live, being excited when they advance or if they suck or whatever it is. You can still like your team, but they come second. After 5 years of living somewhere, when you relocate, that's it. You got 5 years. I know that's tough to swallow for a lot of you guys. Well, then you're not a true fan. That's such a... what is that? A true fan. Not even the same teams. What are you talking about, a true fan? Yes, I am. I've lived in Tampa Bay area for 30 years. I am a true Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Tampa Bay / St. Pete Rays. Yes, I am. Now, I was born and raised in Detroit. Moved here when I was 15 in Tampa. Moved back to Detroit when I was 18. It took me 4 years, 22, to get my ass back down here because I like the ocean. I like the beaches. I like yachting. I like fish. Hey, it's 80 degrees today in December. I love it. When I was in Detroit, I was a Detroit fan first. Die hard. As bad as they sucked squirrel nuts, I was. San Francisco goes to Cincinnati today. And they lose. Then they lose. Me, Sador, you disagree. Born and raised in Chicagoland and never will cheer for the Bears. Did you ever, though, cheer for the Bears when you were in Chicago? And then that leads me to what I was saying, Misador. If you didn't cheer for the Bears, okay, very important. Who did you cheer for and why? Why? So maybe it was the influence of the point I made earlier. Your parents, grandparents, or something. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. Mike says, nope. Moved to Indy. I always be a Cowboys fan. My kid's born in Indy, and they get to choose what team they like. Well, there you go. Right there. Your kids get to choose. But, I mean, when they're young, I mean, see that's just a thing, you know? Always be a Cowboy fan. That sucks over the last 20 years, Mike. I mean, that sucks for you over the last 20 years, Mike. You'd have been better off being an Indy fan. I'm just saying. But how's your kids going to be an Indy fan? When you're out there stouting around every time a game's on, you got the Dallas game on, Mike. You're walking around in your Dallas jersey, Dallas, America's team, preaching it to your kid. Come on, Mike. Point proven right there. Look at that Tampa, Misador. It's exactly. You guys are making my point for me right now. You guys are really making my point. You're driving it home. All right. I think what it was for me, and the way I was, is I didn't have that influence. Okay, I was the only football guy in the house. Didn't have that influence. So I truly did make up my mind. And I will tell you this, living in Detroit, I can tell you a time where I'll admit it to you guys right now. I will admit it to you right now. Being a Detroit fan, what I will admit to you is several times in my life, several times. Yeehaw! Oh, load 'em up, load 'em up. You see that tarp right there on that wagon? Trust me.
I'm walking down the street, my head hanging low.
Yeehaw!
Ain't got no
I had no choice but to get on the bandwagon. When I was a kid, I pulled that tarp off. I jumped on it because I wanted to know what it felt like to win. And the Lions suck, squirrel nuts. But man, I love San Francisco 49ers. Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Roger Craig, Clark. I loved it. Ronnie Lott. Man, I loved those 49ers back then. I loved it. Loved them 49ers back then. Love it. Anyway, back to where I was. Isn't that great? That bandwagon thing there? I love it. I love it. Mike says, I never say that my oldest like the Chiefs, Raiders, Colts, Cowboy. He's still trying to figure it out. Okay. I like that. Okay. Donald says, I lived in Wisconsin 57 years. Damn, Don. Damn. And always a Packers fan. Even if I would move, I would be a Packers fan. Well, yeah. But depending on where you move and how long you've been there and whatever else, you know what I find so good is to be able to go to these games that we grew up loving and being a home fan there. If you've decided to move somewhere, you're paying the taxes in the place that are helping support the stadium. Oh. Anyway, I get it, guys. I get it. San Francisco goes to Cincinnati today. Do you guys agree with me today? Does Cincinnati get that win at home today? I got the Bengals winning. Here we go, right here, guys. The game. I know some of you waiting for me to talk about this right now. I know you've been waiting, patiently waiting too. So, let's freaking get to it. Oh, man. There it is. The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers with Buffalo. Oh, sorry. Buccaneers with Buffalo. With that being said, guys, right now, I have to switch this up to you, and let's get it going. You're talking about that Buccaneers. hosting Buffalo. Let's get the funk going. Bring it out. Give me the guitar. All right, now that we got some funk in the house, Buffalo at 7-5. Come to Tampa Bay. Hey, you know what they do? They want to see the GOAT. And I heard the GOAT. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Buffalo comes into Tampa Bay today. The weather in Tampa Bay today is amazing. Amazing for a football game today, guys. You want to know how amazing? I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Yesterday was an incredible day in the Tampa Bay area. It was incredible. Today, guys, 79 degrees today, okay? That game is at 4, okay? So, at 4 o'clock today, it's going to be 73. It starts chilling out a little bit. It's going to be 73 degrees, guys, okay? What a beautiful day in Tampa Bay today, guys. What a beautiful day. Right now, it's 79 degrees. Flat out. Donald says Buffalo. Mike. Okay, let's get into this. Mike says the 49ers suck. Nah. They sold out their defense. They were great when their defense was great. Mike, no doubt on that. Misador says the Niners lose by 10. You guys are on the same page with me. I like that. Okay. He also says Bucks by 6. And I'm with you on that one, Misador. I think we talked earlier. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Mike says Buffalo wins by 3. Okay, so Misador. I wonder if the Buffalo Bills are going to be able to stop a run today. I'm just asking. But Mike, how do you have Buffalo winning by 3 today? In what style and fashion are they going to win today? By 3. Okay? Just want to know. Mike. Okay, Donald, Buffalo wins. Donald, how does Buffalo win today? How? You guys know if you're going to beat the Buccaneers right now, it's going to be because of mistakes made by the Buccaneers in that secondary, right? You're going to beat them through the air. Do you agree? You're right, Misador. Mike says Bucks defense can't cover a college team. Yet they're 9-3. Yet they're 9-3 right now. Mike. Yet they're 9-3 right now. Mike. Yet they won the Super Bowl last year, Mike. Okay? And oh, by the way, Mike, Kansas City, this huge, prolific offense last year in the Super Bowl, could not score a touchdown on them, Mike. I'm not making it up. You watched the same movie I watched, Mike. Mike, again, Brady is not the whole team. Think about this. He's not. You do not win football championships without a defense. I know. I figured that out, Misador. But Mike, when you start thinking from the heart and up here, your football IQ starts to drop down a little bit. Okay? You watched what I watched. Okay, in that Super Bowl. Now, how do you explain that Super Bowl? How do you explain it? Brady did not stop the Kansas City Chiefs, who everybody thought was the most prolific offense. Brady did not stop the Kansas City Chiefs from scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl. They did not score a touchdown. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Anyway, listen. Let me break this down here. Okay? Let me break this down to you here, okay? You know what, Donald? You're right. Every week is a different week, okay? You just never know who shows up to play. I wouldn't necessarily say that's true with every week and every matchup, especially when it depends on what time of the year you're at, okay? What time of year you're at, okay? And it's especially true based on injuries and things like that. If you paid attention to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year, they came on strong around this time of the year last year. They came on strong. That wasn't the same defense that we saw in the beginning of the season last year. The same is going to hold true. I believe this, and I've said it, okay? I've said it as this goes on, and I'm going to say it right now, and you're going to see it. The same will hold true to this Tampa Bay team. They're going to come on strong, like right now, okay? And they're going to peak, and I spoke about this early in the show with Misador. The Buccaneers, Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, are going to peak. If you guys just look at it right now, look at their injuries on offense and defense that we've seen, and watch what's going to happen. They're going to peak at the right time, and it's happening in front of us right now. Okay? Mike says, well, that's exactly what happened here is Mike says we aren't talking last year. This year, okay, they're getting torched until they're healthy. Mike, they're 9-3. The second best record in the NFL right now. They're 9-3. The hell are you talking about? They're getting torched. Whew. I mean, come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. You're better than that. Like I said, every team's getting torched. Okay? Every team's getting torched. I'm sorry. All right? We talk about last year when it has a significant thing in a relevant conversation of what you're seeing this year. Okay? Same team. Same team. You remember in the offseason what Tampa Bay did? They brought back their Super Bowl roster. It's a rare thing to see happen. Very rare. That's why we talked about last year the relevance is more relevant than almost any other team from the year before. They brought back the same roster, Mike. The relevance comes into what they did last year at this time and what they're doing this year at this time, especially when you see the defense coming back healthy. Now, Mike, I don't want to look like a genius when it comes to this stuff. Okay, I don't. So instead, what I'm going to do is bring it to you this way. So Mike, if you're not going to listen to me, maybe through history, and if you've watched the show, you will know, Mike, that when I break out the crystal ball, it's clearer than anybody else's balls. All right, Mike? When I break out my crystal ball, the crisp clearness, way clearer than anybody else's balls. And when I look deep into this crystal ball right now, Mike, this one goes out to you. Mike, I look deep into this crystal ball right now, and Mr. Stout, what do I see when I look deep into that crystal ball? I see a guy laying on the beach with the short. No, that was me. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Looking deep into that crystal ball. What do I see? Yeah, you're right, Mike. They do have the GOAT, the best quarterback to play the game in the NFL. Okay? That experience spreads through the team. Yes, I know. I get it. What happens when you got a great offense like that? That defense steps up. You got a veteran frontline defense, okay? You got a great defensive coach. You may not think so. We've had a banged-up secondary. A banged-up secondary. But let me tell you something. They know what it feels like to win. They won a Super Bowl last year with that secondary. They're coming back. They're coming back strong. They're gonna. They do enough. They've done enough. We're 9-3. As I look in that crystal ball right now, who do you feel, Mike? Who do you feel is the most feared team going into the playoffs? Who would you least want to play in the playoffs? 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 Yes, playoffs. Tell you who you least want to play. The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. Misador says. Donald. Who do you think's going to win, Cleveland or the Ravens? I got Cleveland. Donald, I took the Browns to win that game. I took the Browns to win that game. If you could isolate Jackson, and Jackson's been sacked more than almost any quarterback in the NFL, guys, okay? Their rushing game that looks so prolific, rushing, is so much of it comes from Jackson, okay? Can't go on that way. You can't. Browns win that game. Browns win that game. Guys, I'm going to haul ass right now, okay, so we can watch some football. You ready? The Bucks kicked the crap out of Buffalo today. I think it can be a close game. I do. Me, Sador, and myself, pretty much on the same page. I think this game goes up into the 30s. I think it's a high-scoring game. I think two offenses. Here's what's got to happen, okay? For Buffalo to compete in this game, he has to compete by putting the ball in the air and being successful in the air, okay? If they can't do that, Buffalo's in trouble, okay? If they can't do that, Buffalo's in trouble. I'm going to let you know right now, this Buccaneer defense is dialing it in, guys. It's that time of year. They are. Buccaneers win this and improve to 10-3, guys. 10-3, you heard me right there. Of course, they're lousy, but they just had the second-best record in the NFL. Sorry. Tied for the second best. I'm sorry. I know. Shocking, isn't it? Shocking. I know. It's crazy. The Bears go to the Packers, and the Packers win that game at home. Bears got no chance in there. Donald says that Brady throws 2 interceptions today? Okay. And you think they lose because of that? Huh. Okay. Misador says Jackson is not a quarterback. He's as much as a quarterback as Tyson Hill. You're right. You're right. But he's done good at it, Misador. And they've won with that game. But like I say with Baltimore, and I say this time and time again, he had success, a couple years success. You can see this with everything. Defenses catch up fast, guys. You can have maximum 2 years success, and then all the defenses, their IQ goes up, they catch on fast. Defenses are faster on their feet than ever before in the history of the NFL. They'll catch up to you. Okay? All right. Green Bay Packers win the Sunday Night Football game and improve to 10-3. Okay? Monday Night Football, the Rams travel to the Cardinals. Okay? Guys, it's so hard for me to pick right now. So hard for me to pick the Cardinals winning this game. It is really hard for me to pick that because I believe in the Rams, but with Stafford being banged up a little bit, you know, guys, you know, I just feel that the Rams can win this game. I really do think that the Rams can win this Monday Night Football game. And it's just so hard for me to go against the Cardinals. It really is so hard for me to go against them. They really look good. Oh, man. God, guys, it's so hard for me to do this right now. This is the toughest one I've had to pick, guys. Donald says he's got the Rams winning this game by 3. Guy says Green Bay owns the Bears. G, what's up? Green Bay wins that game. G's got the Cardinals winning. By what? Mike says Cardinals win by 6. Mike, I don't know if I can take your advice. You've been talking crazy smack. But I like it, Mike. But I like it, Mike. I do like that pick, Mike. Okay? Look. Let me give you guys a little bit of advice here on this one right here. Okay? When you guys really want to throw it down, okay? And bring some stuff. Now, look, guys, if you think I'm intentionally trying to offend you, okay? Isn't that right there heartbreaking? It is. It's hard to watch. Guys, don't, okay? If you think you suck squirrel nuts and I come at you hard and I start telling you, look, all right, you're walking around, you got beef between your teeth, you want a little extra skin on your chin, don't take it hard, guys. Don't get bent out of shape, okay? I got thick skin. You're not going to offend me. I'm here because I like full contact sports, okay? Full contact. Full contact sports. Yes. I like full contact sports, okay? You're not going to offend me. If I offended you guys, if I really did, you know what? I'll tell you what. Here it is. Right there for you. Okay, flying high. Right there for you. And I tell people this all the time. F, you, and what? And the horse you rode in on. And the horse you rode in on. With that being said, guys, here's one for you. And here's one for the rest of you. Okay? I got the Cardinals winning that game as well. I love you guys. It's been fun. It's been a blast. Keep on posting on this thread here. I'm going to keep up with it for the rest of the day. Keep on posting, guys. Let's update it as the games happen. Peace out. Enjoy your Sunday football, my friends. Enjoy.